Hi, hello! So this is the second week of our challenge and the third challenge on our way. So how are you doing with the last two challenges? Are they okay? I got some quite nice messages and I'm really happy that most of you really liked it and enjoyed it. So let's see how our third move is going to look like. Actually, this move is a very well-known move, but as far as I'm concerned, I saw different dancers doing it differently, very differently. I guess each one of us has our own way of doing it, and actually, why not? Each one of us is different with our own characters, with our own possibilities of how we can dance and how we cannot dance, and probably that is why we adjust the move as we want. So, as always, please do warm up before you start, and we'll just do a very short basic warm up of what we are going to do. So, actually, this is my presentation of the move that we usually call Joule. It's a very famous move that Fifi Abdou usually does. So I do it with, to begin with, I start with figure 8, with a horizontal figure 8. This is like a technical base, like you already know. I have this technical base, like the first and the second and so on. So this is the first one, this is a figure 8. Actually, let's just do it a little bit so we can warm up a little bit. Again, I'm not doing isolation, like on the spot, just a very isolated move. I don't do this. I do it like with the whole body, with the use of torso and with the use of weight transfer and so on, okay? Because what I'm teaching now are moves, not isolations. And for me, moves are connections. Of course, it's nice to work on isolations as well, and they're actually not just nice, it's necessary, but in this challenge we are not focusing on isolations. So this is, basically how I do a figure 8, it's very simple, like I mean most of us do it the same way, I guess. So front side back with the weight transfer, and of course that's it. So the second move that I use, the second technical base that I teach to my students when I teach this move is a twist on one hip. So let's say that we start with our left hip. I push my hip front, back, front. Or let's say front, back, front. Yes? And this is more like an isolation, okay? This is like a technical base, it's more like an isolation. And also, there are glutes included as well in the technical preparation. So, one end. I squeeze my glutes a little bit, okay? One end, one end. And from front, and back front, and back front, and back front, and back front. So basically what I'm doing is I'm transferring my weight. Let's say that my weight is on the right. I'm turning my left hip forward, and then I'm just doing back, front, okay? And then I'm transferring the weight. I have a hip turned diagonally towards the front, like a twist, and back front, and back front, and back front, and back front, and back front. Now, these are our two bases, technical frames. Now, let's connect these technical frames like we're used to already. So, our first technical frame was figure 8, right? But, of course, as most of you know how Joule looks like, we are not going to do the full figure 8. We are going to do just half of the figure 8 from, let's say we are doing it on the right hip, front, side, back, and then we will do a twist back and front. Back, front, because our left hip is forward, we are going to do half of a figure 8 on the left side back, and we're going to do a twist with our right hip back and front. So basically what we are doing is half of a horizontal figure 8 from back to front, and a twist move back and front. Now front side back, back front, 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 and let's move it out a little bit. So 1 and 2 and 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 so when I'm doing the twist, I'm releasing my foot, right? So 1 and 2. I'm not doing anything with it, I'm just releasing it from the floor. And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and okay. So this is a technical base, right? But let's do this move more danceable. So when I do it more danceable, I'm not really doing anything else really. I just smoothen it a little bit, and maybe here and there I do a sort of a pelvis tuck. It could be more staccato or it could be more soft, depending on the music I'm dancing in. So let's just smoothen this move a little bit, and then I'll show you how I do a tuck of a pelvis. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, so this would be a smooth move which I would dance or I would teach my students. But then, when I start dancing, I usually add a bit of a spice, a spice to it. And this means that I'm adding a sort of a tuck of a pelvis in, so additional in. So, okay, our pelvis is tucked anyway when we're dancing, but then I just tuck it a little bit more in. When I do it after the twist. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. Okay, after the twist, I do this pelvis tuck. I could do it very softly, like 1, 2, and 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 1, 2. Or I could do it more sharply, you know, if the music is more like staccato and has like taka in, raka taka tak, raka taka tak. You know, it depends on the flavor of the music. But anyway, we'll do this to music on the fifth day of the challenge. So next Monday, on the 15th of August. And you will be able to see there different styles of Arabic music and how you can dance these moves to it. So thank you so much for watching it. I hope you found out something new for your students, for yourself, or maybe you just connected with my move that you are already doing it yourself, or yes, whatever. I would love to hear from you. Please tag me, tag this challenge, and I hope I'll be seeing you soon, if not before this first day when we have the 4th move coming up. So have a great dance day.